It is just not my style. I wanted to be the kind of person who could wear a variegated sweater, but I'm not. Hello, fiber friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are cleaning out my sweater chest. So if that sounds like it will be of interest to you, I hope you'll stick around. All right, hello knitting friends, welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Kristen, and today I have determined that I need to clean out my sweater chest, and I thought I would bring you guys along for the ride. So she's gonna keep doing this. So I've been knitting for almost 20 years, and over time we accumulate knits. Of course, we give some away, we gift them, but many remain in our possession, and particularly over a period of 20 years, things change. Even though the garments themselves are designed to hold up, we change, our bodies change, our styles change. So every few years, I tend to go through all of my hand knits and part with things that really aren't working for me anymore. It's been a while since I have done this. So, Pollyanna, you're not a sweater. It has been a while since I have done this, so I thought we would make this a bit of a thing in this video, in which I'm going to go through my sweater chest. So this is almost entirely sweaters. This is a Lane cedar chest that I inherited from my mom, and there are a couple of like socks and shawls up here, but everything else is garments. We're going to go through, we're going to see what's not working for me anymore. I'm going to pick some items to sell, and we will be raising funds for the AMICA Center for Immigrant Rights. You are stepping on my hair, thank you. So all of the proceeds, after we take out like the PayPal fees and the shipping fees and stuff, are going to go to the AMICA Center. However, I realize that just a small percentage of the people watching would be able to purchase and wear these sweaters because they're obviously in a size that's for me. So we'll also have a yarn giveaway. Stick around to the end for that. You're stepping on my hair. So all of these sweaters are some kind of wool or wool blend, and all of them are designed to fit kind of in the 34, 36 inch bust range. All of the details, like the actual measurements, the actual fiber, et cetera, will of course be included on the sales page. Everything is going to go up in my Payhip shop, and you'll be able to find all of the details there. But here, I'm just going to kind of give you the overview. So as I said, some of these I'm definitely going to keep, but some of them, you know, they're just not working for me anymore. So let's see what's what. This one is right on top. This is a sweater I love quite a bit. So this one will be sticking with me. This is my Winter Mammoth pullover sample. It is a little wrinkled. It could probably use a wash, but that is definitely in the keep pile. This is another one that I am pretty sure is a keeper. This is my AMICA t-shirt sample. And again, I should probably do a sweater. Everything that I sell will of course be washed and reblocked before it is shipped out. What else? All right, this one is definitely going to be in the sale pile, unfortunately, because it just does not fit me anymore. This is my knot front crop. This is a pattern by Carrie Knits. I love it. It is absolutely adorable. I definitely want to make another one, but this one is much too small for me. So even, probably when I first finished this, which was several years ago, it was small then, but it is definitely going to be too small now. It is, I think, adorable. It is really cute to layer over things. I believe it's worked in a fingering weight yarn, and it just has this cute knot detail at the front. So as I said, all of the details will be on the sale pages for these, but this one is definitely going to be up there. This is actually something I finished recently, but I'm not sure. This was my summer slipover, and I haven't even worn this yet. I think maybe I should have gone up a size. but I might try reblocking it before I decide about getting rid of it. So this is really cute. Just a little slip over. You can pop it on over a button down. You could wear it on its own like in the summer, except that I made this out of a wool cotton blend, but it is not quite wide enough for me at the chest level. But as I said, I'm going to try reblocking this one first. So that one's in the maybe. All right, this one, definitely I'm going to be keeping this, and I also don't really remember what it's called. This was something I test knit for Karina Spencer, and I just don't remember the name of it, but it's another cute kind of little slip over deal that I knit in my favorite color of Magpie Fibers, which is Wicked Game. I just love this color. So that's definitely a keeper. All right, this one is one for the giveaway pile, although I think I have to finish sewing up one of the pockets. I feel like I didn't finish sewing one of the pockets. This is a sample of mine for the Going Steady cardigan. So you can see it's just sort of like a Letterman style cardigan, open front, pockets. No, I just sewed both pockets. It is knit, I believe, in wool of the Andes. No, a Knit Picks yarn. What's their kind of Simply wool worsted. It's a little pilly, so I will depill before it goes in the sale pile. So the trouble with this one is I made a really rookie mistake, and the cardigan is knit flat, and when I switched to making the sleeves, I forgot to go up a needle size. So the sleeves are just too tight for me, too tight to be comfortable. So that is a real bummer. I have worn it a few times, but as I said, I can put it on, but it just isn't comfortable. So definitely this will be one. If you have arms that are on the thinner side, this is going to be a good choice. But it really is a comfy, cozy, throw on kind of grandpa sweater that I hope will get a new home and make somebody else very nice and cozy. This one is one I am keeping, although it does need a little bit of work. This is my, what's it called? Snowy Forest pullover, which is a pattern by Dori Hirose, I believe. And I do love this. But the neckline has started to stretch out a little bit. But I think what I'm going to do is try running a strand of elastic thread, which I do have from some sewing projects, just to pull that neckline in a little bit because it's getting a little bit too wide. But this is a frequent, I wear this quite a bit and I like it. This one is another keeper. This is my, what is this called? Like everyone has one. Felix. This is my Felix pullover. I wear this all the time. This is so easy to throw on over anything. However, my bind off is coming out. Where is it? Here it is. My bind off is coming out, and I really should fix that. It wasn't going anywhere. I'm not sure what happened here. If I missed a stitch when I was binding off, because it is a tubular bind off, but yeah, I wear this all the time. I used the Knitting for Olive soft silk mohair held double with Gilead, I believe. And this is a really comfy, easy to throw on. So that one is definitely a keeper. Okay, this is another one that is going in the giveaway pile again because I have gotten, a little bigger over the last couple of years, and this is just too close fitting to be comfortable. This is another pattern by Carrie Knits. I can't remember what it's called, but it's just a cute little, you can wear it over something, you can wear it on its own. Cute little sleeveless top with it has this nice detail down the front and the back. It has this little split at the bottom here, which is really cute. So I really love that. But unfortunately, this just is too close fitting for me now. Lots of things have my hair in them. I will put the name of this, on the screen because I can't remember what it's called. But it's a really cute pattern. And I really like this yarn. This was yarn from, it was like a collab between La Bien-Aimée and Rosa Pomar. So it's Portuguese wool, really beautiful. Definitely needs a new home. All right, this is my sample for my orilla top. I haven't worn this a lot, but I'm definitely still keeping this one. I did knit this in a cotton merino, so it's sort of tricky to pick a time to wear this because it has wool, but it's also sleeveless. But I definitely still would like to get some use out of this one. All right, next up we have my tea time pullover. I wear this all the time. I love this. This I test knit for Megan Babin. It is in Wool Dreamers Sauna, and it is gorgeous. I love this. I have recently signed on to test another one of Megan's patterns. I think she does a really good job with her patterns. I think the silhouette that she uses a lot like this really works well for me. That is definitely a keeper. All right, this one, oh, this one's tough. This is the sample for my Diego cardigan, and this has to find a new home. It is just too small for me these days. It is a very hefty wool sweater, and I just don't want a heavy sweater like this that is so close fitting. I can see I have an end here. That was not woven in. I will do that before this goes anywhere. But I think this is one of my most popular patterns that I have designed. It has all over cables on the back. I am planning a new design, sort of inspired by this, but a pullover coming for next year. But this is really cute. It is so warm. It is quite heavy. And I think even at the time I made it, it had just about 0 ease, and now it's got negative ease, and it's just, I don't want something that close fitting. But it is a lovely sweater, if I do say so myself. So it will be sad to let that one go. That is knit in Julie Asleen Nurtured, which is a beautiful, slightly rustic yarn. So into the fundraiser pile. What's next? This one, oh, this is tough too. I think I've only worn this once. I liked the idea of this, but in practice, I don't know that this is really my style. So this is, I'm probably not going to remember the name of it. It's a pattern by Fable Knitwear. I'll put the name in, but it is sort of a 50s style puff sleeve, very close fitting pullover. So I wore this for Christmas a couple of years ago, but it's a little close fitting, and I'm not sure. So this is going to go in the maybe pile for now. So I knit this in, I want to say the dark blue yarn is Fiber for the People, whatever her fingering weight yarn is, in the sapphire colorway, and I held it double with a soft silk mohair it's probably the Knitting for Olive, but I'm not sure. It's really cute. It's adorable. I don't know that this really fits my style. So into the maybes you go. What are you called? Rowena jumper. That's what it's called. Oh dear, maybe. Okay, who's next? What else do we have in here? Ooh, this is one of my favorites. I love this one. This is patterned by, I don't know if it's Kirsten or Kirsten, and I don't know if it's Joel or Joelle. But I test knit it for her. This is her willow cardigan. I love this. I knit this in Durham Natura Cyrano, which is sort of Aran to bulky weight. I wear this quite often. It needs a wash and a reblock, just to kind of freshen it up a little bit. But this one is definitely a keeper. Okay, I've never worn this in my life. This was a sample for a pattern that was published by Knit Scene maybe years ago. If you ski or go somewhere really cold, this is probably a choice for you. This is not for me. It is a very heavy, bulky weight sweater. And it's just these nice color block stripes and a sort of little detailing with the kind of the color blips through when you switch colors, which I think looks cute. But this is so heavy. This is, I can't even remember what the yarn is. It's like a big sheep yarn or something, maybe. Very, very heavy. I have never worn this. But if you are somebody who, I don't know, spends a lot of time outdoors in the snow, this maybe is for you. This is a hefty sweater. Right, this is the sample for my Umo Margot sweater. This again is a nice basic throw-on cardigan. Definitely this is a keeper. If we get the light right, you can kind of see the color transitions because I used the Harrisville Designs nightshades and transition between colors. This is knit side to side from a provisional cast on. So this is a great, easy to throw on, matches pretty much everything cardigan. The only problem is that dark yarn. I have 2 cats and a dog, and it picks up all of the fur, and you can see all of the fur because the yarn is so dark. So it doesn't look great. This is my Darren, is that what it's called? Darren tee? So this one is another one that, you know, weather can be tricky, but it's just a very light, airy t-shirt, really nice shaping detail. So set in sleeves, it's got bust darts. This again could use a wash and a deep heel and a block, but I wear this quite a bit as a nice layer. It works really nicely over dresses. This is the original documentation from this cedar chest. It doesn't have a date, which is kind of a bummer. That'd be kind of interesting, but why would they date it? So keep that in there because I like to have it. All right, this is another one. Definitely, I'll be keeping this one. It is getting that's a little small. I should have knit it a little longer originally, and I didn't. So I've gained some weight. It still fits, but now it's getting stretched out more width-wise when I'm wearing it, which means it's shorter. But this is a pattern that I mashed up 2 of Melody Hoffman's patterns. So her tulip pullovers, you can see the scalloped edge, and then it has this dip stitch detail along the raglan lines, which is another one of her patterns. It's called like something about trees. So that is a hybrid sweater that I made, and even though it's a little smaller on the side, I'm going to keep this one for now. This is my Christmas sweater that I made last year. Now, as you imagine, don't get a lot of wear out of this because it's just for Christmas. I think I'll be keeping this one at least for a few more holiday seasons, as long as it fits. This is my weekender. I wear this all the time. Again, another really easy to pull on. The only major problem I have with the weekender is just this neckline. Nothing looks, I like to wear a t-shirt under my sweaters to reduce the amount of like sweat and things that just get on the sweater, which would require you to wash your sweater more often, which can lead to holes and damage and a shorter lifespan. There's no, I cannot find a t-shirt that goes with this, but I still wear it anyway. And just, you know, it's a kind of an around the house sweater where I just wear a t-shirt that sticks out and don't worry about it. Otherwise, I would wear that more often. I do love it. All right, this one is another one that I'm gonna say goodbye to. This is the original sample for my Torbellino sweater, which I think is my 2nd most popular pattern. And this just really doesn't match my style anymore. It still fits pretty well, but I don't know. I don't find myself reaching for this one. So this is knit in Neighborhood Fiber Company yarn. I don't remember what yarn. Obviously, I'll be sharing all the details, but this is really comfortable. Like it's easy to, it's drapey, it moves. It's a relatively comfortable sweater. Again, not something I can really wear something underneath, which I guess I didn't really think about when I was designing it. Because, I mean, well, that's my preference. It's not everybody's preference. But yeah, I'm just not wearing this one. So I think that one's got to go. This one I'm not sure about. This is the sample for my Murcielago sweater pattern. You can see it is knit side to side. I am a big fan of this. However, it can be difficult to style. It does, you can put something under it, so that's good. But it has a very unique shape, and I don't necessarily find myself eager to put this one on too often. You really got to have it's not just sort of a casual everyday sweater. You really got to kind of come up with an outfit for it. But I do, and this is knit in Hudson West Forge, which I love, and I'm so sad it's going away. So I'm not sure about this one. Also, I got a little hole on the back, and I did an okay job repairing it, but I would probably have to take that repair out and redo it if I were gonna sell this one. So I think more ends I didn't weave in. I think we'll put that in the maybe. This is another one that I don't know. I wish it had a little bit. I wish I had picked a size that had a little bit more ease so it fits, but it's a little, especially in the sleeves, it's a little closer fitting than I would like. I don't remember what this is called. It's a test knit I did for somebody or other. I'll put all this information here. It's really cute. Just the circular yoke with this lace pattern. It's very comfortable. I think I knit this in a Quince and Company, whatever their kind of standard worsted weight yarn is. I just don't find myself reaching for this one too much. So I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. Some nice, short rows in the back. So it's well done. The pattern was well done. I just, I don't know. I don't find myself reaching for this one. It may be, again, because I like to have something under my sweaters and it's very open at the top and that kind of shows through. So we're going to put that one in the maybes. All right, this one is my, I don't know, something. I know it's a pattern by Mochi Knits. I don't remember what it's called. It is a lovely, very, very airy and drapey cardigan knit with, I believe, 3 lace weight yarns held double. It looks pretty marled on the screen. I don't find it that marled in person, but this one is lovely and comfortable, so we will definitely be keeping that one. Okay, moving on, but there's more in here, if you can believe it. This is an original sample for some sweater I designed. I know it was published during COVID because the pattern photos, so it was published in a magazine and they couldn't use live models. So as you can see, it is a Fair Isle yoke, circular yoke. This is knit in Jameson and Smith, or Jamison's of Shetland. I don't know. One of those two. And this one is definitely going in the fundraiser pile. I don't think this fit me even when I made it at first. And it certainly doesn't fit me now. This is my Ursina. Well, looking a little wrinkly. This is knit in Knit Picks City Tweed Aran, I think. City Tweed Aran, yes. And it is lovely, and I wore it quite a bit when I first finished it, but it definitely does not fit me well anymore. Again, sleeves are just a little too tight, especially at the cuff. It just has a like a rolled, like it's like a regular old bind off at the cuff, and that is just a little too tight for me. So this one again into our fundraiser pile. This one is another one I have never worn. This was a sample. It is a lovely, very soft swancho. It is, you can see it has this sort of chevron detailing, and the chevrons are created by alternating between holding your yarn double and not. I don't remember what the yarn is. I know that the fluffy yarn is a Surrey alpaca. It's not a mohair. So this, brand new, never worn except for the photo shoot. It's lovely. I'm just not a swancho type. I don't, like I'm always pulling up my sleeves. I don't want a lot of, it just doesn't work for me. And this one not you. I'm not ready for you yet. Okay. This is another design sample that, again, I made the same mistake. I did not go up a needle size for my sleeves, and the sleeves are too tight, and I just don't wear this. This is the one where I didn't finish sewing the pocket. Let me see. Is that true? Is it? No, I did. I did finish sewing the pocket. I didn't, but I did. So it's got pockets. It's sort of got like a cutaway kind of pocket. You know, they're not really deep. You can't, I gotta put your phone in there or anything. It's got a long split hem. It is this variegated yarn. It has this cable detail at the back. So this pattern is called Cellophane Flowers. It has this big, chunky brioche shawl collar. It's lovely. It is just not my style. I wanted to be the kind of person who could wear a variegated sweater, but I'm not. Oh, this one hurts. I love this one, but it's just too small. This is the sample for my long time pullover, and it is a lovely kind of wool yak something blend from Little Fox Yarns. Beautiful. So it's a saddle shoulder, contrast saddle shoulders, contrast hem. Obviously it needs a little steaming. And yeah, it's just too close fitting for my needs at this time. But this one's sad. It's beautiful. All over little polka dots. I'm a big fan of that. I've got a couple of tops here that I don't know what I was thinking. Like, when was I ever going to wear this halter top? I'm in my 40s. I mean, to be fair, I was in my 30s when I made it, but I was already getting close to 40. And why did I think I was going to wear this? I don't know. It is knit in, I can't remember. Oh, it is knit in the company I don't think exists anymore. But the colorway is called Your Mom Wore Docs First, which I love. And this is a pattern by Julie somebody or other. And it's a lovely little halter with a ribbed back. Adorable. Just, I'm not going to wear this. Maybe some young person would like to wear this. And it is a similar case for this, which is a racerback something or other, I think, by Jessie May. It's very open. It's like a very, get out of here, fuzz. Very long armholes, deep neckline. This is knit with a mohair. Like, when was I gonna wear a mohair tank top? Maybe you can think of a place to wear it, but it's not. This is not for me. But and again, maybe a young person will find a use for that. All right, so we have a big pile of probably a dozen sweaters that are going to be going up in my Payhip shop. All of the details will be in there about the yarn, the size, the measurements, and all of those things. As I said, proceeds will be going to the AMICA Center for Immigrant Rights after I take out PayPal fees and shipping costs. And everything will be washed and, depilled and things, ends woven in before they are shipped out. However, obviously, not everybody is going to be able to fit into these sweaters. They could be too big, too small, too short, who knows? So we want something for everybody. And so I've got so I have a yarn giveaway for you. This is a bag of 10, but I actually have 16 of these to give away. This is Knit Picks Yakish. It is a sport weight yarn. It is the yarn that I used for my Winter Mammoth pullover, which is this one from way back at the beginning of the video. You could knit this. You could knit something else in a sport weight yarn. It's lovely. This is lovely and comfortable. I wear this quite a lot. The yarn is nice and soft, and the color is just beautiful. The color is Seawall. And as I said, I've got about 16 of these, which is well over 1,600 yards. So you are interested in winning some yarn, please leave a comment. Any comment will do. However, the winner of the yarn will be announced in an upcoming video, in a 2 weeks from today, which would be November 15th-ish. So I have done yarn giveaways before, but where, you know, I announce a winner, but people don't end up watching the follow-up video, and then they don't know that they've won. So I have no way to reach you. You need to watch the follow-up video in 2 weeks to find out who the winner is, but please do leave a comment. Open to people in the continental United States, of course, because of shipping nonsense, and tariffs and who knows what else would be going on. Duties, I don't know, fees. Continental United States make things a little bit easier. Lovely sweater quantities worth of this lovely sport weight yarn could be yours. All right, friends, thank you so much for joining me for cleaning out my sweater chest. Any sweaters that you may be interested in, be sure to check the link in the description box to the Payhip shop where you can find all of those. And don't forget to leave a comment if you would like to be entered to win this lovely yarn. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it or found it fun or interesting, I hope you will give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. New knitting videos here every Saturday. If you're looking for me on social media, you can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as Media Peruana, and I will see you soon in another video.